look up at the night sky. Every star you can see is doomed. Every single one, the sun included. They're all burning through their fuel right now, and one day, every last one of them will go out. And here's a thought that almost nobody lets themselves finish. If our descendants somehow survive long enough, far longer than we can really imagine, they will witness something no eyes have ever seen. The death of the final star, the night the universe goes dark and never lights up again. Tonight, let's take that journey, all the way to the end of time. And by the time we get there, I promise that you'll never look at tonight's sky the same way again. But first, you need to understand something that sounds impossible. We are not living in the universe's old age. We're living in its earliest morning. The cosmos is about 14 billion years old, and that feels ancient. But it's barely the opening minute of a film that runs for an almost unimaginable length. We exist in the era of starlight. The bright time, and it will not last. So let's start the clock and watch the lights begin to go out. The first stars to die are the show-offs. The biggest, brightest, hottest stars burn through their fuel fast and explode as supernovae. Spectacular, but brief. They're already dying all over the universe. The sun, a steadier, middle-sized star, has a few billion years left before it swells into a red giant, swallows the inner planet, and collapses into a slowly cooling ember. If anything still calls the solar system home by then, they'll have to have moved on long ago. Now, speed up. Fast forward past the death of the sun, past hundreds of billions of years. Something quiet and final is happening across the whole universe. The gas that makes new stars is running out. Stars are born from clouds of hydrogen, right? And there's only so much of it. Every star that ignites burns a little more of the universe's fuel and never gives it all back. So, star formation slows, and then, somewhere out in deep time, the universe makes its last new star. Ever. After that, there are no more births, only the slow business of dying. Oh, and the last star standing? Not the giants, the smallest ones, red dwarfs. Dim, cool, stingy little stars that sip their fuel slowly so that they can burn for tens of trillions of years. While every grander star has long since died, these faint embers keep glowing in a darkening cosmos. The marathon runners outlasting all the sprinters. So picture the universe now. The great galaxies have faded from brilliant white to a deep, dull red. The sky, to anyone left to see it, is almost empty, and scattered across that darkness, a handful of red dwarfs flicker on, the last fires in a cooling cosmos. And then comes the moment this whole story has been building toward. One of those red dwarfs is the last, the final star in the entire universe with fuel left to burn. And somewhere in deep time, it flickers, it fades, and it goes out. For the first time since the universe was young, there is no starlight anymore. None. The cosmos goes dark, and unlike every night you've ever known, this darkness has no dawn coming. The age of stars is over forever. Now, could anyone actually be there to see it? Be honest with me. Almost certainly not in any form we'd recognize as human. But it's not impossible that intelligence, in some shape, could survive. Not by basking in starlight, I mean there would be none, but by huddling around the last warm corpses of dead stars, scavenging the final scraps of usable energy from a universe winding down. Civilizations at the end of time wouldn't be conquering the galaxy. They'd be misers, hoarding heat, stretching every joule, surviving in the cold and the dark as long as the math allowed. Because here's the brutal rule that governs everything from here on. Energy in the universe is becoming useless. Not gone, you can't destroy it, but spread out, even down, until there's no difference left to power anything. And life, intelligence, thought itself, all of it needs that difference, needs the flow. As the universe levels out into cold, dark sameness, the very possibility of life flickers down with the last of the stars. But the story doesn't quite end there, because even after the last star dies, the universe still has features in the dark. Burned out stellar corpses, and the great devours, black holes. Some of the monsters are the hearts of dead galaxies. For an unimaginable stretch of time, black holes are the last interesting things left. And then, the strangest fact in all of physics, even black holes die. They very, very slowly leak their energy away into the void, and over spans of time so vast that the numbers stop meaning anything, they evaporate entirely. The last black hole fizzles out, and with it goes the final structure in the universe. What's left is called the heat death, maximum spread, maximum sameness. A cold, dark, silent cosmos where nothing happens because, well, nothing can. No stars, no heat, no life, no events. Just a featureless, dark, stretching on without end, with nothing left to mark the passing of time at all. That's the ending. So why does it leave me feeling the opposite of hopeless? Here's the twist. We always tell ourselves that we're tiny, right? Latecomers on a small planet, clinging to an ordinary star, lost in a vast and indifferent universe, okay? But just look at the journey we just took. The age of stars. The bright time, the only window in all of cosmic history when planets can form, and life can begin, and eyes can open and look up, is a sliver. A flash at the very beginning. And we are all alive inside it right now. We didn't arrive too late, we arrived absurdly, impossibly early, in the belief glorious morning of the universe, while the lights are still on. Every star you can see tonight is a privilege that the cosmos will not offer forever. The dark is coming, but it isn't here yet. So, the question was never really, what if humanity saw the last star die? Maybe the question is simpler than that, and it's, well, standing right in front of you. You're living in the age of starlight. The greatest show the universe will ever put on is happening above your head right now, tonight, and it will never come again. So, go outside and look up while there's still something to see.